Hello, my name is Blakely, and today I'm going to be reading Chrysanthemum by Henkes. The day she was born was the happiest day of her parents' lives. "She's perfect," said her mother. "Absolutely," said her father. And she was absolutely perfect. "Her name must be everything she is," said her mother. "Absolutely," said her father. And it was. They named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew, and when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner, and she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written in ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake, and she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself in a fat orange crown. Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect until she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile, and she ran all the way to school. But when Mrs. Chudd took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. "It's so long," said Joe. "It scarcely fits on your name tag," said Rita, pointing. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "And you're named after a flower." Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chudd that Chrysanthemum's name was exactly 13 letters long. "That's as long as half of the alphabet," said Victoria. "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria. Now put your head down," said Mrs. Chudd. "If I had a name like yours, I'd change it," said Victoria. "I wish I could," thought Chrysanthemum miserably. "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. "School is no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. My name scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower." "Oh, pish," said her mother. "Your name is beautiful and precious and priceless and wonderful and winsome," said her father. "Absolutely perfect." That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper and walked to school as slowly as she could, and wrote her name in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum. "She even looks like a flower," said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. "Let's pick her," said Rita, pointing. "Let's smell her," said Joe. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, "A chrysanthemum's a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things." "Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria. Now put your head down." "I could not believe your name," Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. "Neither can I," said Chrysanthemum. "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. "School is no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. "They say I even look like a flower." They pretended to pick me and smell me. Oh, pish, said her mother. They're just jealous. And envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced, said her father. Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like Chrysanthemum? It's absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum felt better after her favorite dessert and kisses and a night of parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum, and Victoria picked leaves from her head until all that's left was a scrawny stem. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest way to school, and the flowers all seemed to say, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream. The students were speechless. They thought Miss Twinkle was the most wonderful person in the world. They wanted to make a nice impression. So Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. She assigned them roles for the class musical, and Chrysanthemum was chosen as Daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy, Chrysanthemum's a daisy, Joe, Rita, and Victoria chanting, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. What's so humorous? Asked Mrs. Twinkle. Chrysanthemum, was the answer. Her name is so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on her name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria, and she's named after a flower. My name is long, said Mrs. Twinkle. My name would scarcely fit on a name tag. It would? Yes, said Mrs. Twinkle. My name is Delphinium Twinkle, and if my baby is a girl, I'm considering on naming her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum could barely believe her ears. She blushed, she beamed, she bloomed. Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. Call me Marigold, said Joe. I'm Carnation, said Rita, pointing. And my name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. The end.